no a group I. Though say there are other games or mobile over the African continent, but the Yapesi World Cup in Ibinti, you can't fear there. Now, if you answer me and a day and call a group I. And when it's a Central African Republic, community fear, and my Comoros Equatorial come in no more, me auntie. And one Saturday tone, so for the discussion and the game, Yababo and you at the Accra Sports Stadium. Now, the tenure before I ever born the 7 p.m. no Madagascar and so Ababo a child now and now Comoros got 2-0 now. Almost Central African Republic, you know, and I was saying group now very interesting. And ask them to talk around. The Etienne Ghana, you did carry 16 points, plus of 10 goals. Comoros and Nomo Koshe 2-0. And almost about 15 points. Almost to pay. Madagascar tossed me and 13, Mali 12, Central African Republic 5, and a Chad, a 1. Tiakoba, na yabidi the group dynamics, you know, and so on, Commandarian group, you know, it's a Hena Ekeka, and so the call. Then you bar, and no press conference, a call, so Mali coach, a fan said, Tom, Senfit, honored in some of the two da, Panino, a can celebrate, or send one pass a Ghana. Yantivian qualify a Kobo, a Afconibina, also a DB Essen sleeps in one, and you'll be only she or parking so. Yakoba, Yababos our voice anointing me at the Amamo. Or to other such a chim kakra. Your coach had no why, Yanya Thomas Party. I say a brand offense at their cone. I ran to make a man call about a brantano. When to me and see a cannibal to other say, the switch and ye payo. Ain't no more empty and using any part of the one I've used. Then I ran to the movie book of friend in the first place. Then, and I had of the Mali game and so no. Otuado Akasa Adi Afaho. This is a minimal Monday edition of Nhyira. The guitar pass was at for new studio. Yatinasea, Yadi Abraham Nano Perry Chadwini, and Opometi Abidafuna, and Kanfifi Manfred, Bismarck Ohusu Bempa, Ayala make us say Jonathan. I said the fatu the on crying. I'll the game Nunsu Nano at the Abraham Yankomra. Na Infetumedino Mfa Emramin Shabanzo 4.5 FM. Good morning.
Amuzu garlic.
Yes, will be entitled to na drink.
Okay.
But unse yeba radio so se wo kire wa adwen. Na wa backing with the enti a wo kire wa adwen ko a certain direction.
Sure.
Na metie o mu goalkeeping issue.
Yeah.
Na I say udidin ebuli one of the goalkeepers.
I know.
Which me no wanyajin.
Okay.
The entire me no wanyajin is say Rich between mutu goalkeepers. Moko fa mu ba ko by power with high hopes. Tianika ye as a world-class goalkeeper. Money by say undoubtedly on a number one choice. Ataya o can answer me. Rich, what did buy as backup? In Juba Kumgrano, the salary original. I say be a ucho nana diemu be say 5 and son of man back. Say if the American in a fact dia Rich say a bedroom maybe na omumienu etimi tigina say afa ye compete am was he take a decision here about kokodia Rich, then why do you want us to keep the air kofana bano near him say ono de on a first choice a chinye bi aniwa ye manisika as such? It doesn't make sporting this sense and it doesn't make financial sense. So now the team are dropping a level but do say Manchester United must choose between or no any other idea. Rich, then it's a simple decision. He must leave.
Because I know but it's a sporting sense. I also disagree with you.
You see?
Because all the two goalkeepers, and only say one of our games, I've forgotten your game now, boy, you know. Your coach, after the game, I said, I thought they were the goal post in the ball, and they caught a goal post, none of them,
you see?
because the goalkeeper is too jittery.
It is the same thing with Onana now.
Onana, yeah.
Rich.
Onana, yeah.
Onana.
I thought I had a
because you a compilation of goals Onana consider. Rich. Nana say I'm say Grimby or say
Grimby. Fourth tier.
We go to consider here. What is the difference between Onana and
name shoot.
Rich, you see? Yeah. Unim say Onana sporter or occupying tina muntimin kofa world class goalkeeper man. Last time we just say man kofa Emiliano Martinez.
Yeah.
Manchester United at Tenahama Donnarumma and Wabedaho. I'm Oko City.
Yeah.
Abren and Sia City Akoto, probably the best goalkeeper from the championship in Trafford. Abo Mutimu and Komugini say, Ono Komudini go. But Donnarumma Wabedaho, look at how swift that City Akoto. She Arsenal and Sia Yedi Arsenal Komo. Show me two goalkeepers, Raya and Kepa. Very, very outstanding two goalkeepers for Arsenal. Liverpool carry Nkakura, Mamadashvili, and Alisson. Now the reason why Manchester United Muntimi and yes I baby say oh compared to my competitors it's just one person, Onana. Rich, so Onana free man you see as a king. Man you will be forced to go and bring a top-notch goalkeeper. And Anya Shekwano, probably you consider say Mark and Ter Stegen ba. No Barcelona na so yeah. More than beba. And he's a top goalkeeper. Intermediate Masama making it here. Expectations are any the level of Onana why ko find buy no. Rich. So what Timia drop here men ne ye de ne toto goalkeepers be say atai na say enyi ba akoma ne nkodi a. Then he has failed too much. You say to whom much is given, much is expected.
Sure.
And this is balance. Baby, away. Why would we have to compare you to these kind of goalkeepers? But Cecilia, if that is your level, they are.
So, yeah, pardon Onana. With the current situation at Manchester's home,
Rich,
the team is not performing.
Rich,
the entire team,
Rich. I remember a classical example. Today, one air Ghana a national team number one goalkeeper, Benjamin Asare.
Hasselhoff.
Unim Tima Ofrima has Kotor, Great Olympics. Olympics and go relegation.
I know I'm going relegation.
Olympics no one consider goals power league him. But didn't we see Benjamin Asare say or a good goalkeeper? We saw it. And because of Sa look, Benjamin Asare today. On your national team goalkeeper simply because Odama has Rich Ostanse will pay the dues even at Olympics. The point I want to make is say you can be in a bad team, but we will know you are a good goalkeeper.
Onana why bad sir?
Goalkeeper ya na nsama ko fani. Samen so say
Samen yeah.
Moko fani free Belgium.
Sure.
Anderlecht.
Royal Antwerp.
Antwerp one. Rich, is Antwerp one of the best teams in Europe? No. Antwerp and count. But we've seen the good in the goalkeeper. And I'm a
sure.
Oko La Liga anymore. Rich, last season, only maybe Espanyol here. But didn't Barcelona recognize Juan Garcia and say he's a very, very good goalkeeper? What I'm saying is, even with a bad team, say, oh, a good goalkeeper.
Okay.
And we shouldn't be making excuses. Say, man, you team is bad. Yes, the team is bad, but Onana too is very, very bad in post.
Joseph Owusu Akuto. I said, no, Richardo. I disagree with you on this perspective. Onana is not fit for purpose.
Yes,
he must go. Bainda can still back up.
Meaning, 100%. Onana baby go foul by Satemi, finalist, one of the best goalkeepers in the world.
Hey, Unana.
Why you be our Judy? Lamasia goalkeeper could Gaias. My you final Massa. My work for free taba.
Disappointing the power. Unana.
Very, and so Rich. Now I say ne the Onana scare obe genius scare tugu muni the away nyinano. So I bet do this level here compare no say o se century and say mano.
No, sir, at a point my United transfer say David here and you're fit for purpose. And you will not have them. You see, David years this is Debia. May be about my bomb. And I'm with so and name we are. And the piano me both for everything. Ah, you go keep your man and cock. Where? Go for Nana Betreso. Where? Nhyira. I was reading Build in Germany. Okay. Rich. And they were giving serious revelations about why I'm Leverkusen. Rich. Among on any team no and ne omo ye adwuma players ne officials wo team ni ne omo ense da envelate wo normal. Very, very normal. So I feel my baby me strike acquaintance very normal. Say the tactics and the training methods and a players in the complain because of your new coach I feel we introducing your man normal. But Rich, the moment that you be revealed say I say he is pushing Leverkusen and signing players to do na from the agency. That one is a big issue. And unim say maybe catch you time I'm signing Rasmus Holland. Say Rasmus Holland belong to the same agency as Eric Ten Hag, and it's a guy Africa. Rich a guy big scandal. But how's the coach be? Honestly, the same thing. No, the agency be at the house players.
Big issue.
Hey, serious issue.
And he said, me test how about Charlie. Charlie, we you started say the for say. Who ye favoritism and who the team ni ye business for agency ni adia. Rich and now who call baby and where they pow.
No buy play be uncle fan frias. Play a beer from my ass. Ade. Did me amusa anti akwe adenji. Oye coach no. Apart from onim player baby
and you see, Rich, it wasn't even as if say players now all recommendation go for free ayas no. Were part of Nhyira recent Ayas golden generation, you know. Yeah. And yes, Ayas now, or do Mukobo, the semi-final for the Champions League, you know. What you say? And yes, I delete the young Lashon, Mu Ayas, no, David Neres.
Or no, Ankasa Van de Beek. Abertono Manchester.
Went to me.
Went to me, improving his man, Coy. Went to everything. I just have permanent head. We didn't be no problem, Debia.
My you dear, look the way you run the club, both on the sporting level and on the financial level, dear. Baby, I'm way dear, Rich. Mobile, Branson, I'm sorry. Mobile, papa. Especially so where senior Liverpool money, other clubs, your muno, my ass now, your muno media. Rich. Mobile bread.
Round the keys, I say, Richard, at this point, do you still want to argue Onana is better goalkeeper than Sanchez? Yes, our comparison on Pacho.
Onana is another 50 years. Robert Sanchez, Chelsea.
Oh, this same platform.
Nancy, and Jekra.
Oh, sir.
I'm a police statistics.
And yet, there are rumors
Robert Sanchez right after FIFA Club World Cup. Now, FIFA way.
Now, Sanchez, now, y'all, Diano.
FIFA way.
Maybe now I'm never casting your mom video.
No, but I was one yes argument. Was it the moment I was a man? Yes, arguments.
So, Emmanuel Ofori and he will say, Onana is very poor. The here was minding the post. With his bad defense, but he was seen as the best.
Yes.
As a man,
exactly. You can be seen as
the same Manchester United team are not performing. So we saw the year.
I think 2 seasons in a row. The year was voted the best player at Manchester during Omo Awards night. The goalkeeper. Everybody saying, even with good teams. DBIM say even the Paris Saint-Germain Champions League. Rich, when you are ranking their best players, Donnarumma say you goalkeepers now say, and he said the new Mohona, DBI will fall for attackers, no more goals near there. Donnarumma should simply be the best player ever Paris Saint-Germain last season.
Sure.
Even in a good team, say good goalkeeper that Poma, you will see.
I grant Chelsea for no, me see BBI United, I Chelsea. Enti Onana no, I had the chess and chess. Take it or leave it. Maybe I don't know. Mupa Munkochepo. Onana had the chess and chess. All right. Isaac and I say, hey, Richardo, my day, Menyewe, Ernest. I say Onana is terribly bad. Oh my goodness. Hey, Akwe Asa. Enough of Onana Atai discussions, you know. Na yemfa emedi the Black Stars of Ghana. Ahun enkomo enema catchem say no issues no do so pa anti so nyam kire na yefa ni dina one after the other. But me pese ye shall say as usual from the budgeter. Ghana efe no eye de koma the sports ministry ni abani dina say yemfa emo the child game. Now, according to the minister, me person make figures and answer. Yenkotie the sports minister, Nhyira Kofi Adams. Ebra ode yem budget for child game ni etu dano. Na yeba yemfa breakdown no emamo na a discussion so no ento so emfa ema. But before no, na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ebia na unim reason ti asese Ghana yem budget ansa na yakobo game no. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and now so no na brace there was the Minister of Youth and Sports said anytime biano onye accountable to the people or the nation na yenhunu game bia Black Stars bebu biano yenhu sika o mino and so spende or Black Stars team no and so and enti yenkwa na yenkote His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and sana the budget announcement no Yaboy no and so etimi edi amamo. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Next month, the senior national team, the Black Stars, which is now a pale shadow of its former glory, will play 2 World Cup qualifying matches. I've instructed my office and the Minister for Sports and Recreation to hold the Ghana Football Association accountable to the people of Ghana as we prepare for these games, especially regarding the budget of the FA. There will be no secrecy in how much the government spends on the national teams. The budgets presented by the FA and other sports associations must be known by the public. After all, it is the taxpayers' funds that are used to fund these activities.
Okay, and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President Edema Oman Ghana, and also this time there's no secrecy. And I said, yam fe bibia ensi e yo man no bibia e be transparent amobia husika yebo anase e ka yebo Black Stars team no enso eho nti ho ene kofa aye the budget issue ehun sensemi enso e de e baaye now yenkotie Nhyira Kofi Adams ebra ode budget no nsem no enso e di tudwana fe yemfa and started discussion to efefi ho.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I can take you through a few of the things. For example, Ghana versus Chad, which is the away game that will be played on the 4th September. The original estimates for that game was about $1,239,090. But after we went through it and took off what we thought must be taken off, this was reduced to $856,890 US dollars, meaning that per the arrangement that His Excellency have directed us to work with, a savings of 382,200 was realized in the way. This was done through either reduction of some of the items, line items, or completely taking some of them off, because we think that we can meet them through other processes.
Okay. And the Honorable Kofi Adams, Sports Minister, and now the Sanchimi at the mine. Now, according to the minister, I say every no budget on the buy no. Now I have $1,239,090. And now every no at the bar name. I'm not here. I'm share budget no, and there may be why. Yi film ebi so on mo tete so amo tete ni nyina so no na every $1,239,090 no about $856,890 na just you realize $382,200 and na the every the budget every no and so at the bread the ministry and afi abandina say eno ne de bebo child game no. Now on bonuses and the per diem my players and the technical team and also Nhyira Kofi Adams on bonuses and then per diem.
Per diem for players is $150 per day. The technical officials take $200. Incidental expenses is $20,000. Bonus for players is $5,000. So if they win, because that is the position of the minister and all of us here, when they win, we'll give them $5,000. The head coach takes $10,000. The assistant coaches take $5,000. The other category of technical officials have $4,000, and that's all. So when you add all these, you multiply it by the numbers in each level. That's where you have the $856,890 for the Ghana-Chad game.
Okay, and the Nhyira Kofi Adams on per diem and the bonuses for the team, no. Say na ochiem or say players no say omotu kwan ko obi krom dada akoma ye bom no moto sorry bia akoma Ghana ye bom no players ebeje $150 or sorry bia na waje technical team no enso ebeje $200 ani per day afei ebani bonuses players no I'm catch them some more $5,000 instead of the $10,000. If you know a proposal here, I say head coach. I'm say none of the any $20,000. I'm catch the F and he said they be to meet you 20, but $10,000 and the ama utuado. Inti enona ministry no eji two more. I say assistant coaches no. I'm also there no. You catch them say you be more $5,000. And no, the assistant coaches, and the other categories, as in the technical officials, no, so ebenya $4,000. Hona benya the team doctor, the case manager, the mazia for no ne, omo makani na no, omo edna yemo the $4,000. Na budgeting sense some buy edna enimpedi for do edin komo. First one, engineer Kwabena Japan, as you say, Ojina say MPP4 engine at the flag bearer. Now unto Franca and Farmer MPP Bra, Yabatuaba and
yakwana fe yade nsam kakra e de adane no etimi aboa wonim se anope yanya ba yakato se the senior national team the Blasters of Ghana enso ejina akono ate se ene omohwe eye adwuma ni nyina kama de amawo se awodo nyina se ya gwadago ade ye dwam no oso nyina niwe eti ada Black Stars en komo ana yade da nwumire no so ne ya se Ghana betimi enso eja ya se Malia na no etimi aboa ama World Cup Ghana so etimi akwalifa bra yenya ba de ya fast na fam anyuma eku a na no pe no mu gina ye church gina pa na agwede mu nsam no wonsa etimi akabaka to so mpomudin ya de ehu ehia ye pa pomudin ya de a ebo me ne padua no enso etimi gina brane enti no pe me bisa umpom te sen yakoba se niam anko ye pa de no pamiensa na we dwaman so na baako aye araba bazenta betado ye medro ebo ba bia menstrual pains menstrual disorder se toase emo ba bia du busumi a obetumi abusa wabra bunya problem bia enom aye Kulun Ghana Limited edupa ye friend araba bazenta betano ana chese mekamfo ede ama ba bia infertility etuni nyina se kama ana afe oba wini atenka enso ewo mpa meka se wini wurasi a entwide wonso ntibia edo bebo na ye araba bazenta betaya na watimi anya ade anom na enom etimi aboye pa eno ati omde huntu capsule so aba eno ye for urinary tract infections be ma atadwe so tentem wodun so na oti ya e oba mama wado e huntu capsule winya bi ma aboye pa ama tese o mensem etimi ewie pa ene edodo na agye tum se wokọ pharmacy ana afe aye drug shop bia ubenya de enso etimi ato eno ati omde Mr. Q ede aba Mr. Q ya memedo eboa be ma bia be ma wabo debido empazo agudie ene ma nko ye mfamanti edubra anka eze wudi mensem na eno aba ba ebo ati bi edi na tese enwume anka eze wudi dwuma afi na aba be tese ana Ghana budget kra na Ghana nko bato Ghana budget enye wasem eno yo mampanyina sembom de eze be ma bantrebo we na na dubia eze ubetimi awurawura na ade ase aso mo piafo nti ana mekamfo eye mesakil edi ama ene sexual weakness ebetu ase afa waist pains na etu ase ana libido e ofoma slow erection ana afa premature ejaculation ebetu ni nyina ase kama edi ama obabia na feso ne ama ukunu enso eni etimi agenti ama na ya muntobi amfama mu wura no na ano enso mu aye pa doi makato se okofoma se ana afa dracto bibia benya bia to no mesa ubetimi ni o mato kese 0244275429 na Kulun Ghana Limited enso ajoso wuwie ne sade ade abaako ese wonso behese eniema bekoye de ama ene oba na okọ school na ya na wonso atom matters papa ade ama akoda na matters abekanfo ade ama na eno ye royal foam de ema sumdwe ema comfortability ba ama tesa abofra no ane okọ school be hu ade ye pa ezanso okode wadan na ho amo asode ma dwen no refresh comfortability de eno aye royal foam na bekanfo ade ama ene omede 4 inches ade aba ne student mattress ana afa omede 3 inches na ade aba ebo no so wa from 4 inches no aye 350 Ghana pe ana afa 3 inches ne 320 Ghana enti bato upe aye student mattress eno aye de royal ade aba na ese wo he ema wonsa aka de opedo do enso atuato numbers ubetimi ne o mato kese aye 0202271000 another 0202271000 na oni royal foam for enso etimi edi nkomo ye pa no ati ana makamfo na makato sa de nyina me ye discount na yo eni nti na ABC games aba na ABC games ni de he se de adodo na de atuma nya asem keto akra makato sa yankasa ye ABC dia ana ye de ABC games and 2 to 3 letters and A B A what to B what to C and no say e do na just ABC ni nyina ba de abusia wadi sika a chese ba be boy ye pa maja wonso ene metime akoye de am free 5 Ghana echo ana chese di twa ade ba ko so for phone na wadare star 262 has star 262 has who won any ase bebepe afi choose 3 letters no na cheni ye pass letters na emu ba ko pebo a eno ya 3 times as card tire emu mienu enso piem a 8 times as card tire ana afi ni nyina miensa ni nyina body a 200 times ay stake no ababo am wanya sky ye panti ABC games ni de abande atazo dodo na enso do mu adum 10 Ghana ne de ene zikabo yi de so na tese no so tima boa national lottery authority at the stamp de so and to call characters from national gugugum na tese ne manyina tima e kama ade ama winya skasa de ya chele kakra ko Franco Trading Enterprise Boga Franco say e ban phones a wo mo no de papa na ede aba afro original Nokia phone Samsung ana aye ene wo TV a wo mo de bia ba wo mo de Franco television de aba wo mo de Franco air conditioner feature freezer wo mo de microwave ana blender wo pe aye CCTV camera ene na kade nyina aye Boga Franco na kofa de aba wo mo 40% discount ana test wo mo de ba nationwide enti kumase anum say de ene adum ba bebre ubenya stores ni bi make us ajaba jewels in ho ene ubenya Franco Trading Enterprise ana fe challenge bush shop en chono ma pe no so ye bo ho wudi wani chema ye de old Malcolm ne boss so el ho kofo clinic de ye de omudi anim hwe ana new kede chance ubenya Franco Trading Enterprise Boga Franco say ene ntu kase hisi e was 0245 0245 31696 0269 and as 0560 684147 na one Boga Franco and so ahi abomna ayakama at the amount of shower de na so makato sabata no diaper papa some of the bomb mano I Flora Kids baby diaper na Flora Kids baby diaper there the way city into omayon in 2 layers and ti aboma kudano with the bona nya de say rasis bia be gunida aboma kudano beda na ho wa bre ne wonsu ntinti wo eza so be onsa abofra bi ezo na jeze bio adutwa gu no ama jeze no wa nyunyunyu we de ebe nyunyunyu nyina me na kwedi akire wa bre abofra na netemia no ho wese eno ati se wo de diaper be boba na rasis agun de aha we de nya sa na tie wo de boba na eni kwa se rasis bia eguna no aya Flora Kids baby diaper no na me kamfo edi ama Delta Pepper Mill ana akwa di aba no me se betimi eno ma di nkomo so no anya dodo etroton aya 0243033033 na wanya aya Flora Kids baby diaper na eno so etimi abo na Telecel asmen kancho se SME month na SME month no mo se de o me de aba ba hwimu kra no aya se ne we business owner ana afi wasa se o pese usu bumi ane young business entrepreneurs ni nyina no ya ba ba bo ma nei di swade unu bia esibani so na no so atimi akoye de mama nti and tell us say SME Manti and we are the next generation of entrepreneurs at as almost young and no more mako many pa and to make us already tell us how a red mixer at the abana for AI shops and no about blah amateur said to me unlucky ama oma edi design a cancer product or my desire about Matthew unique a business goals no and no sweat me aboy penti we are young entrepreneur now person ko enim dia and also be signing up to nano sweat me abo ene SME manta ene Telecel ade ema Telecel say ene wo pe mu nchemu bia wo so ye pa atazo nzu betumi ni o mahwe aboma ene also be test ayemo to 133 na fe west connected na eja omo sweat me ema wonsu business no akwa ni ye pa na license asmen kanto say o maba atazo mbabo ma ne emanyina kwaye dia ma ene wo dem asese de edoma bam essence o mudi television dia ba television no me pato o mo compact ana afa mo lesser television bi e ho afa o mo de refrigerator se dia ba o mo de charge freezers nso ba air conditioners on saba count there me pato o pe aye washing machine smartphone as a sound system ni nyina license na kofa dia ba and water dispensers microwave ana afa blender o mo de rice cookers kettle ana iron air fryers ni nyina bia ba boga license no o mo say o mo mo atili ye pa ama tese unsu welivi ama obi uzampa with them ye kama but 5 years want no me dem bibia obeto makati bia no eno na tese me dem na tese no so etimi aboye pa ade ba ko anso ayese Ghana afa na ba bia no and 16 readers ni kama ya say we showroom e ho with wadi chemu e okuma say dem say de adum ade say encha no me pen so ba ko ho ana afa with wadi chemu e otafo a eno ya Zaria Jansen with wadi echemu ankan a ane Nhyira bato na dansoman na aya kaswa o call pass what's this more our tema ana kanesi ni nyina no wo benya showroom sini bi e ho mankase mo boase ana tachi man wo kotamele hohoi ana fe ko foidia wo benya high sense na your product no once atimi account there na western region there anu aya takwa ana fe takwa de yenomes aya 0302550000 when high sense and so ahi abomi pa ni nyina ati mamenka funa menkanto say Flora there kama pa for disposable handkerchiefs say super absorbent and no na the cleaning offices outdoor and ya obakwa wetemenka na gitum so ya classic lady ube pia bonti na be use facial tissue aya no say dia Flora adia tumnesa say enom na ya kama pa and Flora tissue there say the didumani na unim say ya Flora kiss tissue e ho abata na e de wipe o mudi cleaning mo fra no dodo na adia tum ana fe Flora tissue enso wa damoto pure white fragrance free ama clean experience ko ye pa and pay no message betimi afresh no anya dodo eto ye 0246426172 and 0243033033 and pay also when ya we ye pa mami ma beaver beverages it says a piva woman na omedi piva cola e edi aba na Piva beverages dear woman say eba na nom dear a tell say non-alcoholic a tell say no your friend of soft drinks na woman a tell so woman be outdoing event be na your birthday party be na to aponto be na auto ube you be obama soft drinks na dia di udwuma dia Piva beverages so madawroma and no me Piva cola flavor edi aba woman orange flavor more tangerine and no more grapes more cocktail and so eba more case na kama ye penti ma wonsen count there no pedodo eto a no mesa be first 055 055 0322 31 na fe wonso woni omo ahwabom ye pa ye Piva no eno ati ma menka fana menka interest the Gessa properties na na ba sapon ese eba na asase ton se unya wasase na watimi de adu dwuma de na na ba sapon na odawro ma na tesa madodo na enso enya asase ewo Ghana ha esan so mo asase ye litigation free man so sembie ne ho langas sembie no anya fi na busuan bi beba ne asase kwa me na kosia ne na tese ne dia anode ma ya aboafo ana tese backing count de hubewie na ka obo susuro but Gessa properties say obemu asase a man so sembie ne ho atese ekrodin kratasem bibia ya kama na mika sese ne asase yantam bebre wudu ani chemum ewo atonsu say ya ye wa asase adawa tese enya sankoto akra atese ye po bi ade aman na watimi edi dwumani ye atonsu high school Johnson 5 acres of land edaho ana afe oko adade ntema ene ye 1.5 acre eno so adawa tese ye po bi di aman den nti eno so be fe na ba sapona watimi ade asase mpato fie ana tese ope atwa me pato ye tonfie efie no so yadi ema no man so sembia no nkatasam very genuine ana yadi ema obetimi enna na ba sapon edi nkomo ewa 0541135464 na 0249136582 na onso wa friend na ba sapon na womu elye into rental agency no so dwuma omidi ayase ebia apartment ana opa han wope fie ana han wope aye office bi na edim dwuma wope warehouse bi na ahan a Gessa property so ba get to air covid enti eno nto kese kumase anim se odu ani chemo ewo adakoja ache ne okwa asante roko wo mu training grounds wa won sabenkum so ana obenya na ba sapon Gessa properties afe enka yewo yenkraba tade bi ho sunyane doma hinkro ana afe eye bekum ene ye ahwimome na afe niama enye kaba fama we ni nyuma eko ni afofro enka ye pe na no pay wo mu enso yasene agode bu nsem no yenya tenase a ye de eda ya kato se ne the senior national team ejina kono emom ma memie ni ye amfama na menka nto se MTN Ghana ese wo modi aye MK edi abana MTN Ghana MK wo modi abana aboye pa amacha se dodo na nso etimi akomanim ye na MK no dwuma eba bedi ese eba boye pa ene ya pomdi ensi achi pa MTN Ghana edi med farmer for eso edi aba enti akomaze se oko asupitia ena se wo fa o card ya wo be ko doctor ho ene room aye 5 wo be ko na tese ya he o kama na asundwe enso hetbi abaye pa eno med farmer no ana fe se ebi akato se kotretro kra wo betima trafie no aye ko hello med farmer ne de dro de abro simple kra wa bubu ano na tese ne so hetbi aye kama na pomidi se eti bo opportunity se wo betua 10 month 10 Ghana every month and say 161 Ghana every month na tese wa baba kan aye met farmer na say MK hom na etimi aye kama de MTN Ghana dawroba eni met farmer na omedi hihie we enso edi ma opapo medi ensi achi ba eno na mekan for edi amakwabna omadawroba ana no pay agode bu nsem no yedi ba Black Stars ejina kono nti me ba na no bibi sam say na Meli crowd draw yi child crowd draw na Meli nti say wo de tutuwa na sa de na chese say child crowd draw na chese Meli ni de kwabna ebe lusu
asa no so de ntimi mfendi nkomo
sa na me chire sa no omo kan say Meli crowd draw
okay before ebe ko Bamako only panic be din komo so
on be kwa akose
o she Black Stars team na so Satan na ntimi an qualify for
AFCON Satan ni ma
what I say ntimi an je Niger in a group
yeah
Sudan no we couldn't beat them so what I say Enti football no aya no some way bi o sometimes ne dynamics no ayi bibi o kaka that is why I would this ankomo na ese unya ayabutre and so edi efri ho
but
anyway
ye ni hwe say na say yetimi
yes
na say ye win
so we share group now
just 3 points difference
after
right
say and now Comoros ko share Central African Republic no or say ne share Yempo, we need to beat them. We need to beat Mali. Because after say Comoros got share Central African Republic 2-0. No? Now look at the group. Ghana did come with 16 points. Plus of 10 goals. Goals there you will be. Over second, which is Comoros, on 15.
Instead of Nanka 3 points gap, no.
Since we are close gap, no, and you about just 1 point. Which means that Sene Manusu Suminaso.
Ghana and Timmy.
Say Timmy and Sha.
Near Cobo Dry, you cost 17.
You bought draw there, probably then you ever cost 17. So what I say. Now, if I cut the last 2 sets of games now, you ever born in next month, no? Then I know decided. But
and at the end, they can't manage 2 matches, I will be at the Akano.
Yep, say you're born at the end, we are not 2 sets. Harness, you real qualifies, no. But say, Yamia, say, Mali Shaya Nedia, it means that the original 16. I mean, they are breaking up. Yakoba at that time, you know, your 2 matches. I think your Comoros bought, and I've forgotten the other team. Your group no crown.
Central African Republic.
Yes, you about Central African Republic in Comoros. It means that there 2 matches, you know. At the pressure, I bet Brian Panty. You bet the group dynamics in Hong Kong.
Okay.
Now, you should say, and now after say. Comoros could share 2-0, and then again, also Madagascar with 13 points. What I say, and then Madagascar it's no home about Chad. Chad and so they say no me no be any
whipping boy. Yeah,
but maybe the yes,
the possibility say no so crabia. Chad the crab it me about draw na some be win no so.
Though a football won't mean kaze idea, but I mean on paper Madagascar. On measure chat. They will be chat. On measure because on Bobo Modiana Vian San and you 7 years Maliabo. It's a say. So we are the group dynamics now. Madagascar no at that 3rd position or 13 points. Which and likely obeshe chat no so. No, I said never 16.
On the Ghana Baby Jinape.
Only na tie.
On also sound plus of 7 goals. There be plus of 5 goals.
Goals to the answer and the
goals okay.
Goals to them say.
Mali for na say or Mobanye plus of 7.
And she say it's a group dynamics, you know. And so Utu to ado say look. And a game, you know. First of all, your destiny and some. 2, we need to beat Mali because you're intimate and Chad. Senka share chowder. And then Kasa game, you know. Your boat draw cries okay, but the engineer question Chad. I must say, Dumana Baba Eddie. If you understand the Madagascar share, almost tie with S16. Jamaica Dumano
about similar to Yanni Nigeria born I born Ukumasiano. Home and away, no. Okay. Let's say no need na sa game no for your qualification.
Yeah. Say no crowd the away go rule na. They both a ties in Nani draw.
But me can't the way mooding ACT the here Ghana say yes here win. About something similar.
Okay. Okay. Until for so bet me aba na odre wadwen channel aba in Shamanzo 4.5 our YouTube in Shatiri na yeni nkomo no emfa emfri eye eho the group dynamics no enra Central African Republic committee fie ma Comoros ekutwa me kam inu a amo entimi before ye bebo Mali enwumre no Madagascar so betene fie na 4 p.m. omato omonsa e de afre omanya ye from se Chad ansa na enwumre Ghana Mali game no enso etimi abaso ade Accra Sports Stadium before I invite me panelists among so atenase na ya started discussions no at the amamo me pese me no mienu na ni nkomo no group dynamics no so bra ni na ni nkomo no then again game na eba so anwumre no ogide ye se coach Otuado na mrante no ya approach game ni saying yen kopa win ana ya avoid say ye be lose a game no saying I would do this to Ado. And then a mountain or approach Ayamali for because Utiamali for now. From Omu coach to the players, you know. It seems like I say how many war score yes settle because you didn't cover show more Babako. And here one, on the 2 omejide say born omanya de chain those here who did the chomba born and kasa de amali for no so tie to oma from mu coach omu players no omejide so mu born at the chain enti omum prince ye be show home na we tie ne no eso beto om ho as from coach friend say Tom Senfet ono so say Black Stars adwuma no at a point no pepa ni Cameroon adwuma no also pray Black Stars for instance if you now fetch me no Anfama no kone nam ya ansana Mali adwuma no eba betonti. It looks like aso no so no or a score settle with us. Enti some community na ye joining our YouTube in Sha TV na FM message number sisi making can sisi akra ansana abda for tenase Fifi Manfred and Bismarck owusu bempa ayala na no omo atenase na yetimi I started discussions, you know, of course, and so etimi at the amamu awo ayejumedi so mame who message no CCA from the group dynamics ya approach game and saying dear futu na awardema Oto Ado and the players and you may ansana game no and so etimi abaso for message no brand yan kinkan and fa emma awo jumedi no and so yaw boachi ajiman I say wow Nhyira FM News Studio, yes. New studio, that was on TV. Is in Kakaka. Everyone with TV into me, we now chena. Yuguso and Yasam Kitokra auntie. I want to see doing the Yamian Queenie. See doing that for papa. I want some no, I don't know. See today should be a must win for Ghana. Lawrence appear some more for Gabi Turam. Okay. Africa Ghana the what na never to ho okay now where we are on so echo share I say if we had won a Chad like this game won't be okay I'm so just saying can share Chad now if you can give me for pressure and I don't like the Black Stars Ekobo game that pressure with team so I don't like it seriously see Ekobo game that pressure also and Ranten omujina park and so kakra they want to deliver and the basa na mistakes you know I am more and I think I agree with you Shakespeare on that say yenya na yakofa pressure we at the ato yenso awo aye aho as it seems as caller will repeat itself some of the team players are not serious. Ghana won Mali won and will be a catch him say bono aye draw minim say no bi na ebia unsu unhu dia Bright Opoku will say, I swear to God, Ghana will win and qualify because we need the World Cup. I rented Bright Opoku na this message at the Abraham Mohammed Issa. Africans should respect Comoros now. Yes, I think I'll see a DNA echo papa in Kabum Evangelica Global Outreach. I say, wishing the Black Stars are the best of like this evening. They fight extra hard to win and qualify us to the World Cup because my passport is ready. Only waiting for a qualification. Ishma Awa on now this message and so at the arena and pay Big Ben. I say Ghana is winning by 3-2. Let's go Ghana. And also at the arena Kantanka 1. Mali. Yanum go cry today. And also the Abraham Barnaba Chumesi. I say good morning, good job. And also at the Abraham Lawrence appear. Comoros has shocked everyone. Yes, I'm saying yeah for fala, but in kakran so much. They say African football no is really growing. And one we are Obin Subetimi Afa a year Enric Stoffy. Minimum Dino a year. As we child, did I hear you say Ton Sanfet wanted the Black Star job? Yes, Papa say now of a Black Stars a Juman. In fact, also on if only didn't come over semi-cotina. If semi mistake here, say about 3 to 4 hours ono mu di nkoma se nkoma di dwumadi no abeman but efefo no amfa dwumadi no enso amfa amano ena ono so ede enya eye mali adwuma no enso eye nti ehonsam no eno so issue a voice no ayeba bebo enso di acho kwesi asa so congrats to a new studio in shots sports and ode fire emoji ede aka ho kantanka one em say me di kanka ode ba kuntino menko bright opoko so wow new studio is very nice papa thank you bright ya dasepa I say Solomon I say go I say dey go Ghana na sana na person o kire minim say sana na person kire dia me hu ag o bibri minim say go ana go Ghana dia okay I think I go Ghana Daniel Abuaje Richard this year studio is kind Ketsy Chelsea Vivian Chelsea all right wise I have I see Ghana the calculators okay I'm okay mommy edit it on message no emfa amount I say the calculations have started hands and no person or can was and so the my calculation the open umpu I mean we a league format so what I say what and into at a point in time a bedroom maybe na just a TV now would be count addition and then subtraction bebem so anti calculation the open umpu a bedroom at that point okay it's all better say now football is everywhere Collins Yabo saying transports the Monday ticket sale is very very bad adai again okay sign brabim na mami hu de opese oka adefa the ticket so no and so in Shabans of 4.5 10 you started discussing so no and mama catch on say you say you started discussing so no from your group no which is group I you see a dynamics no and come and after say omaya you from say Comoros ko share Central African Republic a woman kasa fie come you know omo entimi antino enne 4 p.m. Madagascar about chant 4 p.m. Omobo mo de na wi ansana Ghana Mali game no and so etimi abaso ntimpase edisa yen group no hon common wie ansana ye wi I had a press conference and no Mali for coach in some kan and otuado so dia ono so kan ni na no na edi abedi game no and so hon common Shabans 4.5 na say onte dia say yen group no as we speak say na esi etie group I Ghana still leading your 16 points plus of 10 goals and edia to YouTube in Shell TV and to betimi abana oba behwe Comoros and now after some so share a camino Central African Republic entimi antino and now the one second position with 15 points Madagascar etoso miensa amu our 13 points Mali etoso 12 points Central African Republic our 5 points amu toso num and Chad amu before many about many point back Ghana num di enya 1 point languishing at the bottom after say yabo 7 matches afena yen no and the other countries no be able in the 8th game and so our young group no and so mu ho enti honsam no and no yen sha say na yeni encommon kovi tra say na good morning say ho ye de
yeah what are you no so fit a new office
say me say that koto you
we nya fufu senior fit na njeze fufu na pesa akra do
kofi
senior
me say koto atade o se me boa
fachem
me to sen kam ni bedi bro nya me anfa ni
na de bro nya no coin ana onya ta over bro
me zi ni bedi bro nya no me nya anfa ni outside that weekend be very
yeah come on very fine
yes start with entity hono
yeah
you be board no so na mako action no ho but I mean minimum so have a group no
yeah
scary ana
oh Andrews baby be scary
Okay.
We've not got into panic time yet. Still here with the lead. Even at 4 p.m. say Madagascar mobile game no, not still almost share number with that 16 points like us.
They tied.
Higher tied, but then we are ahead of them
With goals.
No? See, so we are not in a bad place. And I would say to your destiny where you are, and that's the most important thing. And your destiny will be from sem there, then we'll be in a very difficult place. But we have the total control of what happens to Yang in the lead up to the qualification. You know, Rich Bibi Bonebiani. And I think I've gotten good news also from camp. And PFAG for any former players. I'm about Black Stars team paying active and old. Ekoko cheer players, no more the encouragement that they need. The minister himself going there, and also Black Stars for Nankasano. You can see say coming back home feels like home to them. And yeah, boy, in a suboptimal condition, we at in Jamena, where we are playing now, a place where the conditions will be optimal. And you may, it's a good place where we play football. I bobo on several times or honum. I don't see it's good. It's good. I don't think there is any cause for alarm just yet. Your Bomali game we are. That's where we have to reassess. Maybe I war as a club and as a country. Now for where we move on from there.
So if you say you're dying now, you should press the panic button.
But yeah, that's where me end now.
Okay.
I mean press the panic button by your damn end now. Just yet. So and when you do on us say you die better. But right now we don't have to press the panic button.
Okay. You're on course.
Yeah. Everything is going to be fine. Everything.
But say you may be share.
See a better
prediction deeper. Only ayala.
But the last time.
I'm saying
but the last time I made prediction, we used to make a prediction. We have to play the game and win. Your mistakes here against Mali, against Chad, and see a correct. See it's Miko tactical board. No say best solve our problems. See now one after the other. But there are real things that him says it's me solve. Be able to solve a mind opportunity to win the game against the Malians. No, it's not going to be an easy game. Sure. I mean because Malians know an experienced team. A very physical. A coaching storm. Steinfeld or no. Saintfield or no name the African terrain. I mean, and now he even has a Gambian diplomatic passport because what's not Krumano for a very long time. He understands the African game. And now all throughout the press conference, you can tell say he's trying to whip up the psychological part of the game. Say psychologically, you know, Obeche say he is on top of things and control the game from a psychological point of view. Una under pressure say show and what's no see only any page some or Bobeshe until say Ghana have not qualified. So literally trying to put you in a psychological place a bit more affected. So if we are able to manage it psychologically, definitely it helps us in terms of getting the results on the day.
But Mali for as a more strong team power and a pandemic check it almost starts kakra. I think from 8th September.
Yeah. Since the Tom may take you over.
Tom take you over. No more lose game.
Yeah, I'm lose back.
And Utie Mali for now. One. Omufu say in terms of a D.
Yeah.
Also and also they didn't tell me.
Yeah.
But born and cast on the turf the winning botany.
Yeah, they come. I mean, I was born out.
As a more could be.
Oh yes, because I'm a powerhouse. West African side, they know how to play.
Born botany.
All many Montaigne, the Malians. Oh yes, and Americans say no. Can be say talking about Obi to say Nene. Douglas Nene. Or say Douglas Nene is a better street, is a real definition of a street footballer. And I remember I quoted Adrian Joy for Twitter. I mean, now Tom Ono him who a proper street footballer is. Who is a better street footballer than Mohamed Kudus or Malian team? Yeah, honestly, it's my but towns in Mali are ball honum. But he's not a better street footballer. Even having gone to you. Exactly, he's not a better street footballer than us. They are not better than us. At the end of the day, we can beat them. Once we do our things right, it is not a game that should give us problems. Any game is my problems, Rich.
Okay. Insurance of 4.5. Collins Yabo said the leaders are not selling the 200 and 500 cities ticket. Some people around the stadium are selling them 300 and 700 cities instead of 200 cities and 500 cities. Yabe cross check me ninkai. So what team message now me can see na or say ticket now you need say 200 cities and 500 cities no. Also costed you most here almost on 300 and 700 cities. Black market. I'm for to ticket next year.
But the NSA for a mom designated stanza.
Yeah. Yeah. So now I say ticket na why no all proud the account you know. Ghana cry. Yes, some mom yes and munyasa yepam chow. Yes, some pa yes some yepam chow. Yempese ebedru point bia ebe na man for class say yenya ticket in 20 no. Yeah, to be game because this is a game here supporters no. Yeah. We need to create intimidating atmosphere at the Accra Sports Stadium because Malians no monye I bayra bro wa no simple cra. So tiesamo mo ama to ticket na mo dibia to ne pam chow esamo munja ticket nim mon ton se de dia mam sam ton ana na obia intimi enko stadium enko share the Black Stars of Ghana and the Mali game no at the Accra Sports Stadium. Bismarck Osuben Pala me say on so one ready. Over to you, Joe Tete Kofi. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now what is saying?
I'm go pardon, be fine.
Wabi. And I mean mumina. Me some on check here in mama say me ebi amena menya you are there. I tell for a new studio nti
onya challenges or
now there me okay ma. Maton kakama pa.
Oh nice.
Maton kakama. Good morning. But now what is saying?
Nyame adom bibia fine.
E dey nyame ase. I hope say that weekends you know. Bibia kama.
Yeah. I think that bibia ko kama. And some boni bi any ho.
Okay.
Na blasters in some na wo ne. Martin, a lot of commentaries. Ghana for because sometimes ABB.
Then what?
Rich. A ban signer. Yebo World Cup qualifiers. In a group I in started in the pet. Not blasters any lead group no. Not blasters ako Bamako ako Mali. E woni fie. Not still. Ghana for dim komo and want to create the impression say yeah be bo England.
Ebi adom hu against Chad no.
Rich. Yeah bo Chad game ni wie mpo no. Sisi a group one that first.
Ghana.
Team na ene de ba bo ene no. Ye ne mbo no fie.
E ko share no.
So adentina chin ya. For Ghana need to be negative. And also we catch will say Mali team is better than Ghana. Me where that analysis is coming from. Mali, what have they done in football that Ghana ain't be that? What have Mali achieved? Yeah, group you know. People were mentioning names. More players, more way. We went to Bamako and beat them. Nhyira fan. Me mum dey me surprise. Sana Ghana ni tie. Ghana ni says obi ofri amano ni gina ho. Na ni nya gina ho a obeyi hwehwe ni mu aya amano ni papa. Eja ni nya no. That is how we are. Sana tie. You have a lot of fake love towards Abontin so for. And a very, very negative attitude towards our own. Because we say, can you say, much way about she, your Kasaya must be positive towards the Blasters. Say, look, Makwa Kwaya Obama Kumpo, and Tietamachi, Munyawang and Kaimaye. Rather than that fear and trying to paint them as if say they are inferior to Mali. Some Mali are heading. What have they done? Who they catch a visual in fear? What has Mali done in football? I am beyond Ghana. What have they done?
Obi so catch you say. With your canning in hand. Chat. Agumu biya shenibi.
Rich and now we. Rich and they are much harder now.
No, we are playing Mali.
So where from the camp competition?
I'm out for disappointment, no. I am from the child game and I will more.
Rich. Mali
game.
Mali I come once me. Omakocha. Omunyankoi.
Yeah.
The concentration is on Mali. Yene Mali now but the same number of matches. Who should group anymore? You lead you how many points?
Mali was 12, now 16, so 4.
Obi a was 16 points or 12 points. What's your way better than us? Saying, what kind of logic is that? Obi on unity fee, yeah, Bahaba the channel. Also, better than us. What sort of logic is that? That typical attitude of Ghanaian, you don't wear me here. When we always want to look down on our own and praise Obi on your head.
And
I am saying, sir, the positive attitude of Ghanaians must reflect in the discussion. Any Jinakunu against a Mali team, you send one way. A win our crack will boost the morale of the team. And eventually, say the dynamics concerning your World Cup qualifiers, you know, you're too much. So the discussion should be positive.
Okay.
You say a player slim cry and say, look, this is a team you've beaten before. You've beaten at their own backyard. Stand up and be counted for. Beat them again. Well, from this inferiority complex of Maliya, watch the Mali team. Where do they play? League A. Now League A, when you want to give your message, and then also say go need 3 yellow casa, and you want to and you want to sell some so omubo league them. League Papa Ben.
That's how you grow. That's all.
Yes.
Monaco.
Yes. What do they have that we don't have?
Okay, my infant started at a press conference.
Oh. From Rich, they are bringing in players from Fenerbahce, players from Lens, Brestois, players from Leicester Sofia. Omu goalkeeper no. Say ni goalkeeper or that local league more Ghana no. Their goalkeeper Diara is a goalkeeper for young African. Odama Yanga. On now I'm on Libya. Africa ya Tanzania league order. They don't even have used Bisuma. Say Bisuma Omua and I see only could be the same team. They don't even have him. Look, that attitude of Ghanaians always
negative.
Yeah, overly critical of our own. You be one bem, you be one bonfire. We are too negative as people. And your negativity and yet towards amongful to ourselves. Which is so no good. I Rich said now we be blasters. Now also tune in to listen to radio and get in a vim if you are. And no matter blow better crackers, I say he's not good. He's not good enough to represent us. Until we do person grind. Must that be the narrative? Look, I am no credit. So we have standings in this year. And now Comoros kwa away. Echo share Central African Republic no. I'm a certain boost to be our table no so. Before I hear about you mess of no. Rich, team and friend of Madagascar will play against Chad. And it is very, very likely say the group stage in the matches na about so far no. Chad kwa we omunya. In fact, Chad, and you many Ghana crown a boy and come 1 point communia. So let's say Madagascar will beat them.
I don't want about 16 points.
And my yearly money game, no. And they must win for us if we want to continue to have your comfortable league now, your group nimuna. That is the fact. And see, and then whatever it takes for us to win, we must do it to win. And Rich, so if that is the situation in Womudia, then we must be positive towards your country. You know, say, look, your chance in your normal corner, your answer was yes. See, your answer was yes, dear. Any players in the team, they must be focused and get the job done. They do analysis now, but Rich, that narrative of Mali yadie, omo yadie chiye, omo players papa chiye, omo good coach, omo away, and omo away, looking down on our own. When in logic terms, they have not done anything. Omo Mali yadie chiye Ghana. You guys are common into war. We share blasters and say today they can do home and away against Mali, and if they are able to do that, and a very very good platform for us to go on and qualify. Wait, your book game where we are. I got 2 games in October. Yeah, 2 games in October. Yeah, Central African Republic. We have been here against Comoros with fear. Before we go to October, we will want to play this game and get the 3 maximum points. Now, my comfortable lead going into October, last 2 games, then we know say we are very much closer to qualifying for the World Cup. That is the conversation today.
Okay.
And all right,
Yababa did some comment. Frank Yabo said, thank you, Ayala. Great submission. Okay, and a Frank day, am I no leading into press conference at a bus ahead of the game, Yeah, started from Mali, our camp. Now, our coach, Tom Sinfeld. On the team, and so be PM, our Ghana. First of all, Yentino on Ghana in team, I say. Time or 2 no it is say Ghana AFCON qualifies Yakobo na Ghana ntimi an qualify mo kwakobo AFCON bi no sinya mien gani a shocking pa ba ni ndem no oso ndi ogide say Ghana a ba quality I mean your players so betimi dia match team bia.
I think this is an amazing team. For more than 15 years, 17, 18 years, Ghana developed to one of the top teams in African football. In the 80s and 90s, we had Cameroons and Algeria. Nigeria came in the 90s up, and Ghana was the team really, maybe together with Ivory Coast in the beginning of 2000. And actually the World Cup 2010 made them a real powerhouse, not only in Africa, but in world football. And I think since that moment, Ghana always developed good players playing in top level teams, and this team, if you look to the quality selected by the current coach, Mr. Ado, is really a top team. Players on the highest level in Europe, all top fit, still a lot of players not selected, mostly offensive, so much quality. You can say we focus on one, but then you miss 2 or 3 others who can score goals. Young players, but also one very experienced striker, maybe 2 very experienced strikers on high level. So it will be a very tough task. I have huge respect for the Ghanaian team. I believe really that they have everything, and it's shocking that they don't play AFCON, because a country like Ghana must become African champion in the near future with all this quality. But they are the big favorite tomorrow, and also the big favorite to go to the World Cup. It's up to us to do everything to stop them and to surprise them tomorrow and take the 3 points.
Okay, and I know you're Mali coach out of Ghana, and you may game because of their Accra Sports Stadium, and on the sound coming at the 2 I'll say, I mean, already African football now. Ghana, the powerhouse in born ball, or from the 70s to the 80s. I mean, so can at the best teams our Africa, the young team in Ghana, and so and from also here, or to other crown, a call up our or the ball qualifies now. I mean, also players in the ball, or more clubs out on ball Europe now. I know at yours Ghana, our quality. A team, or say, respect or what Adema Ghana team, our slope, and all be we know some crown, and I'll say, on us, Wabaso of a shocky Ghana. Now, or be under the sleeps, only to Biasi. Now, Parker doesn't know, but only she, Sadia now, dear say, our any sleeps, and so I say, dear Badia. Do I say, Yamia, the media give no, and so everything me abaso. Na owie na ose ayania pa du maybe nanka Ghana duma no opesen ko obaji ye nenso empetufo no amfa amano.
But as a coach, I was looking forward to a new step, and around AFCON there were 2 countries very interested in me, and that one of them was Cameroon and the other one was Ghana. And I spoke around 4 hours, I think, in total with the Ghana Federation, with Kurt and Mark, the president and vice president. And I had a really good feeling, and I had a feeling also that they had a good feeling. But on the end, they decided for another coach, and that's football. I had to move on. At that time, there was no top team in Africa available. I chose to go to Asia for an interesting offer, but working there, I missed my continent, my African continent.
Okay, until you tell coach, yes. Ghana adwuma no pepa if I don't near for no edi nkoma asabe o say Ghana adwuma no ene Cameroon adwuma no nana opeba ni nyina mu no wanya na ode koya later Mali adwuma no enso ebeto ne na so no so akwaje adwuma no eye na utie coach na it looks like as a Ghana adwuma na mpanifo na mfa ama no no ya odie kakra bi wo mu office say age we dey say ode paniche
on dey dia say ebu ehun abonfia na yem ya no
ope Ghana adwuma na
Mali
Barcelona no ope Ghana adwuma no
oba ye na ye in press conference no press conference no ye na Mali fo betie o but otie ya ka say na ya say we anya Ghana adwuma na nga wo ye Mali adwuma na say Mali ye good team in Ghana Mali is some much in Ghana and go be o ye Mali adwuma ko ba be so antre say
imagine so a Ghana coach
and
a press conference and what Mali
maybe I'm Mali adwuma yes just to tell you how people see Ghana but ye we Ghana nesa ye we Ghana nesa and conform mo abontin ehu Ghana in a very very good light but ye akasa ya honumpo ye hu ye team nesa which minimum of they will kill to get the Ghana job because they believe there is quality of Ghana. They believe to enrich their city they can use Ghana to do it. Krolroy is an example. Krolroy, or example, Saudi Arabia coach Halu Rene. Look, every top coach Bia, what they did in Africa Biano. Look, Ghana gives you the platform. And why do you think that even from Grantimo, after working at Chelsea, decided to come and work with Ghana? Which we have a very, very good self-pride. Young what was our pride, you know? Near function you won't cry to do more. Rather than it's a negative attitude now you want and the man because yes even others will tell us who we are than ourselves. Sabbath here. Because the Tom A which or my young boy say we are too precious than the sunny emperor you Ghana blast
like
you see he has to draw a certain motivation.
Okay.
He has to draw it. Into a unknown personal approach. Say, some man comfort said, "Manami pa." Any farmer here. It means a commitment to take a certain piece out of Omo for them to recognize me probably proper. Say they are in future, maybe they will consider me for the job. Okay. It is unknown business.
All right.
It is unknown business. But Rich, that same challenge you know unknown to amano. I was here the opposite side to your national team for no. There is a coach who dog and gave you the job. We chose you over him. And see, my name is Sao Amobin Kase, he is better than you. I didn't say that Manamao.
I agree with you.
And to also take your inspiration from the Ecosono. So all through challenge the man say, Ned man a Nidian farmer no, and to Obama train say, Ned money and Nidia. Why are the amount? Also say, you are better than him and not the amount. I'm going from Rich.
10:57 insurance 4.5. Afe yena yeni game na nkasa. Uncommon afe yemi lines no ma ati4 enso remedies and common enso ebi but before no me so ebi ana person kwa abruchi na oko ekoya masters ana PhD outside Ghana and ya mamen kan for IDP Steady World Expo this September anya asem keto akra onim say amode abruchi enso ba aye Ghana make so the 15 university from UK, Canada, Sanso and US and Australia and Aba Ghana ha and Perifono Ghana ha and the so undergrad na opeso kwa masters and now PhD our abruchedia yede Perifono Aba Ghana ha na expo unso no timi akwase na onim Perifono din koma na nim registration no free yen joshe bedin komoni ye na unso no nyame wadoma o register na bibia koya akoya PhD or masters no and so our outside Ghana Jumadi no nyame ya adoma on the 22nd of September this month Monday Golden Bean Hotel and Jumadi no yade be so anopa no ndu na akopem and nwumre no 9 na Jumadi no aba na wie open chiremu bia echewe for registration bibia for number 0553 173346 na muno mu eni eye enkomo kama pa emfa influence energy drink dem akato say o sori bia no bi esanse caffeine wo vitamins wo na fa jinsin wo ma beboa wo ama onso no ho atimi aye den no aye adwuma abra onso omre kra ewo midwe na etwato na fa mi nko fifi manfredo na yemfa start yem man discussions no ewo Ghana Mali game and you may 7 p.m. Ebaso at the Accra Sports. Now, unim say University Basic Schools Sports Association Ubasa akomo abom afibia amo eye games way na afidie no Kumase na a hosti eye dwumadie no ewo eye Pajo na ayadea schools amo na akom ho abom amo form this association KNUST Basic School Legon Sansana UCC UNEL nom woman na eka ho na amo de dwumadie no eba so started on the 9th na we on the 15th our Pajo Stadium and upon no watch sharp na e de dwumadie no enso e de ahihya so nti open ceremony no eba so na okay na edi bibia so no etimi akonkan enso etimi edi amama activities bebre 100 meters 200 meters 4x4 yebobobo table tennis in fact javelin ni na no aya ade adwumadi na ase no yebedi bi enso awonti aya na onso waboa ho na yehia awo Pajo Stadium na edi games no enso etimi edi atom so kakra bi mama konkramra akofi gina mama na menkonkrama yene Jonathan esiri fatulo eni nkomo na ontwamfoni ni nkyerɛn enkran ete sɛn na yɛboa ho for enumere eye game no Jonathan esiedu fatulo good morning
Richard from Donkor Sado
patron na oti sɛn
nyame adumo abaro mananso
oh nyame adom ye ho ye pa ye ho ye I hope say all travel from Kumasi to Accra and so no let me be a come up.
Yeah, na be very fine. But also the performance, you know, you're bound on town and seminar that you know, I don't know about you do also.
Yes, I say from the mood they won't cry. Who gauge mood they won't cry now? Saying a man for a CFA game no comedy game no to say ticket net turn on 170 no. Transfer ni chana fe yemfanko park ni so.
All right, so we told you, Lama came from a lot of food and Cobra and Crapopudi Mantemo, and that in the Bitema, a better a man on not Libya, also so estimate IFI. Now, I thought I was kind of Ubim and Crown Musea. Richard Mudo, a charge. It's answer one thing about the Ghanaians and say, I don't know, Black Stars, or more book draw, or a show ma. Now far, no get about to get permanent there. No be at the Mujim set, maybe and also a bit to me. I come to Mudri there. Over Primo Accra, and that's a Manantapa, but the money actually I was studying one. I meant a balloon play after Tomota, Bonima. I remember Remo at Tomota, other Primo Santa is now. And Utu Mudino, and Libya, and also I come up, Richard.
Mesamo ahwefo amohwe live ewo YouTube Insha TV anemo amutie live on radio ubetimi aba YouTube na obehwe fatilo nkomo oni edi na a video live yede ato eye Insha TV ewo YouTube ubetimi aba na onso aba abehwe bi sese de ekoso ewo eye enkran na tilo so de na o ka ticket ho asemi yenya report bi ede efri eye enkran nipadodo na complaining about ticket and the pricing. Say koso koto ticket ni bia. It looks like say nya bi. Baby abenya bi so black market obeya no na bia the 200 cities and 300 cities crown dey atoso. Say na niam eko about the ticket no.
So the one thing about the ticket is say the work now. No correct. On say Ghana bobo and after big area or ma the one be any kind of ticket no. Now I'm not to be over the prices together. I take home. The people a cat pocket no and of course the movie there will be crap tickets no last price and 30 cities no. Now all total 50 cities. That's what the 20 cities and account. Nemo Adaba couldn't say, this is the one say, maybe say, any two tickets no. And maybe a Samamano, a bit in Aquacan, Nemo, the Baduna, every money to them, or independent score on my home, and I take it to know, they are tono. I want the old one to one of my price, no, Aquita, and what the new black market, your price again count, no more price now, and they are told, or independent score.
Okay, Semet was here. Mamma from Panic, take the beer and I into tomb.
I'm not young politics, take it to the around.
Okay, so far all your rounds and a hen was almost 20 guinea.
So now I can which is yet to go also. I don't say, and that will be limited to be no independent square. I thought I don't very a
best stadium.
I don't say the own mama. If I don't know when you come out,
I say, young call game in Ancassa so and you 7 p.m. Minimum said, no, I could drink crying or the didn't community TT, the echo, with the news in the Kaka was what pick it from grounds, you know. Young man, I wanted to say, yes, you have a game, no. Would you say Ghana for your dying now? Bibia, I did not come anywhere. From Nkoma, what did you from grounds, you know? Ghana between Shamali.
So, over people, I can't go to the one and say, now, we don't come on, or Mamma would send in any mood now. The judge and Alquim would be ready. Tell the young so I have my friends, you know, who would be a charge here, I can say. Who take the last game, and then try the boy, and I'm from my head. In Tama, would be a serious, it's a game with it, or go all out. I don't quite become Nama, Gama for a more in Canada, or not at the answer so it is Aquay. Okay, what you monitor players anymore, and almost say, you know, I have 15 years party. You know, who want to come with a press movement, yeah. The best man say, make a table to become first and every year. It was
okay. And you're there now.
I would have done a father on that.
Okay.
It was say, no. Me monitor supporters and I went out for 2 after 8 a.m. Mama for 2 take it to me at the area. The other one that was support no now players no any number 12 now. The other way come pa.
Na ukwa when you Mali for no so.
Mali for the supporters no but you don't say the moto.
Make come team no crowd. They playing body you know. Aye.
Oh that be about 2 minutes there. Mani men chow moto. Mani men chow moto. And they pay them say omutim hotel omutim preparation no. And Ghana for no supporters na e be from Kumasi. Omo the back you know and I be my class so them omo na ya imagine say omo support boys no na maybe also so etimi I
Jonathan, I say the fact that me enfonsia na eboabo am say me the line comment to be brain tin na yeah
I'm the ball from now like I said in good fellow no I want to see good fellow I want to see no so I will be the credit card at the preparation I get the
oh only good fellow na ma
I'm a good fellow now
madam for Chelsea you know I never meaning come on. Okay. Good fellow.
Man, Richard.
Chairman, how to say?
Maybe I'm go.
Now, so far, also about Pro Kakano. Ghana game no gauge the mood of the country, especially in Kenya. And then I was saying,
oh, I don't want to see. I know. I need to have a crew because then I also come on to the share and Ghana. As I say, in your win and so that we will have a comfortable sale for the qualification. Into pressure will come, and that's because my brother I will come. Also, the mood of the players who's more with Jumano as so much me.
But I'm catch us on Meshe.
Oh, we know Mudi, Mine, or only didn't come on a couple of others didn't come on a day. When I break pass as only a Jumano. because it looks like they had some issues that were cut, condition of the pitch, and even temperature of over 40 degrees. Into pressure of Mokata. And I was a league in started. And we press is here.
Problem about,
those are tackles in the much to Monacata. But they are doing the do or die.
And you also call camp catch them say so. Me say me passport crowd there me their bedroom.
Mexico, Canada, US, because it's possible that if you qualify, you can play in all the three countries.
Sure.
It's at the end of the year. What is now share Kudus many ones. They are prepared to work things out for us.
We fellow, that's it. Fancy. Tilo, one who's on name to Janamaya. Why?
Fantastic, Richard.
Judy. All right. Jonathan has said, Fatuna, and any didn't come from a crown who said, yeah, mood no. Is it a movie? Avidium a kind mother. Young cut at the cardboard, no so. Na yen started the match discussions, Otuado, I say, Osaka ahead of the animal game, no?
Yeah, as you just said, the whole team, everybody was very disappointing after the draw in Chad. The expectation was high for us to win, and we were disappointed. We analyzed the game very well, and hope that we learned out of this, and we surely, I'm very sure we show another face here in Accra. Surely it's easier to play at home with our spectators supporting us, pushing our last percentage out of the bodies of the players, but also to play in the evening on grass. I expect a different face of the players. I think, I hope that we learned out of the mistakes we did against Chad, and the good thing is at the end we still have it in our own hands. We have to keep the pace high. It will be very, very difficult against Mali, and they're in good shape. So, I'm looking forward for tomorrow. Okay, colleagues, by way of information.
Okay, and I know I to the head of your Mali game, no. Or see, yes, Bobo Chad game, no expectations was wrong. Because said the Indian Charlie, dear, Ubia Channel. It is a Ghana, Kobota, they'll see to me, show me, to me, and show me expectations, and I say, amount for Aluana Kaka. For Krumatu, a man for a boat and Shada and you so crab. But Ojidi, sir, mistakes are Mukaye, a child Krumono, almost shabby blade at the Frima, and Nano game no more ever says, mistakes on me now, no more answer repeating. Na, baby, I could be digital, so now media about Hono, and say, even new faces. Because game no first game I need child boy, no. You bought Australia, this time you bought grass. And even faces are in you. I will a parking. So does that mean that changes the Babaswana?
Sorry, I'm a voice.
My boy.
I think so. Utiedi and Henry any edin Saturday. Sorry, Henry Asante too many edin komo or catching about Thomas Day party. The situation with Elisha Owusu, and of course, the fact that Afraid in Yasib also back into the team. It means that there's a high possibility say you being a change. But Rich, you need to say, you see, we had two tax. First tax, and I'm immediately saying the easiest tax of the two, and the other one the more difficult tax. Now, the easiest tax, I don't know how many the desired results, and that's any exception. And we have to come into the more difficult tax in getting the most important one. And Sisiano say, oh, share your group standings now. Sisiano, it has been blown wide open after yesterday. If you look at the Kokosi in the Madagascar game, and what Mali did in the game prior, now
it's blown wide open. What it means is that say in 4 p.m. game never passed before you know. If results go as it has to go by the time that we play our game, near tie on points at the top. 16 points at the top. So it means that your group no probably in the African qualifying rounds now, it's probably the most interesting. And like I said from Jeff and Minyaka, very, very interesting one. If you look at the graphic, baby a Ghana, da, baby a Mali, da, baby a Madagascar, da, baby a Comoros, da. It's an interesting group going into and then you make game at the Accra Sports Stadium. Which there are some good things. In fact, for me, there are 5 solid points SCA in preparation for game in SCA board. Of course, Ghana better show 16 points over there. Comoros Island, 15 points. Madagascar, 13. So Madagascar, Tinisha. What it means that Madagascar will 16 points in joint top with Yen. Mali, Enya the win. They will get 15 points ahead of us. Central African Republic, any charity, I think they're out of the conversation. For me, this is probably the most interesting group. Very, very interesting. Our African Cup qualifiers. Now, you see, Rich, before we talk about the 5 things that I think we have to do, and now, the pre-match press conference from both managers gave us a glimpse of certain things that we are about to see. It showed us certain things that we may see or we may not know, and sending in a game nebeko. First off, Rich, I think Mali for now have come to understand the game is a much more psychological game. And almost starting up the game from Adjinimu and I say from the attitude point of view, the psychological point of view, to stir up a lot of emotions. And then American Simbi about Otto. But that information about Keon was not needed yesterday. He could have easily evaded that question. I wonder who manages Otto. Who manages him?
I knew this.
Right?
Yeah, no, I knew this.
Right? You don't say this. Like, make me tell you cry, you may make me tell what can I say? Because I anything. And then my Henry so bad, so bad, you just say he, oh,
we have a man for a question. So Branton is an anomaly and a stretch and moon. Why call him?
Meaning, say, a German training or something like yeah, and say like I mean, because he's his German training, no, he just wants to see things as they are. But Rich, from where we come from, there's a lot of information that you need to manage very well. Yes, sir. You have a lot of problems. Rich, and now, near Tom saying things about Michelle, it is just psychological. They are not better players than us. Born up Mali for the born. How many more chain? Even in terms of quality on the field of play, they are not better players than I understand. You cannot underestimate or underrate the Malians, no? Because where they've come from, especially under Tom, they have been brilliant. Almost 8 games. In all of those 8 games, no. Obian wets medium machaka from. So you cannot underrate what the Malians are doing or what the Malians can do in terms of any gamer. Yeah, Bababo at the Accra Sports Stadium. It makes it very interesting going into the game. Rich, say I think that there are 5 solid things that we have to do, and I wrote it down on my notes. It permits me now. Member boss, then I will expand our tactical board the summer. Which one is a gamer and see a prioritize intensity. Yeah, call Chad no. Idea about what you can say we didn't have the needed intensity, and it is because the atmosphere, no, the environment, na na bobo. Idea of boni be can say na suboptimal. Suboptimal in the sense say over game in almost in the middle of the desert in a hard astroturf and concrete area, which an edging for you to play the ball. Edging say over ball and you so akwaba. But in the game and then you may at Accra Sports Stadium, conditions are going to be optimal. And what you to our last insert now, boy, he said it and then you may game no. You have born and you may. You have born 7 p.m. You have born even at a time Ghana Accra in so crash started Krakra. And it's in the night where we are expecting our fans to be at home. So conditions are expected to be very, very optimal and penetrative for your game. It's rich. From the first one about intensity, what do we do? Me to say no Mali coach they can say pitch and mobile. That's another line.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh no, wait, it's not because who say emotionally obetime break here. So he's starting it from there. And on
no,
say
coach Ben coach Ben pan pitch any influence on the game.
And so Okasa to win the match. Okasa say we players no e dey bufu ba ball no man manage game ni ya then they will make mistakes. So you have to manage the game well. And again, I'm saying that this game the intensity is going to be better. Which when as you're talking about a game, it means automatically this is a game that we need total win. And say a match, and from there we'll begin to ask questions. Okay, so I see a then what is going to be the starting lineup? And I said the required starting setup. I see a game against Mali for the needed results, which is a win. Which for me she meant horrible. Sorry, Utwa.
You're more 4 back.
You're more 4 back.
Yep.
The last time I questioned why we about 3 back. So why are you playing a 4 back? But say no, it's about structure or the game. So why did you play 4 back there and then now you want to make sure say Obabo in your friend is saying a 4 back?
We need to be solid.
I think say that's I think it's the first one. Whatever system you have match, you know. I say a system a dynamic. It's Yamaican say see in a 3 back or a 3-4-3 say here. Inside a 3-4-3 we should have a player a moving into a 4 at the back, like you are saying. Which what I'm trying to say is that a 3 back in the starting near with 2 wing backs. But what we can do in this 3 back is that we can also make sure say system near the bottom a man here very dynamic. Dynamic in the sense that one of our wing backs can come back when we need to play in a 4 back and have a 4-3-3 of a sort and drop one of your attackers to make it a 4-3-3 in that regard. So we need to be very flexible because like we said, we needed intensity against Chad Fono. We needed penetration against Chad Fono. We needed to make sure say at the end of the day, Yeko game him against Chad, no, we will be much expansive, stretch the game, and be able to get a results against them. It is what's the American say? Say yeah about 3 ni bet man sisa kwa 4. Say yeah about 4 ni bet man sisa kwa 3. Because Rich, give me a ball away at Mali the first time. We started with a 3 back, but there are times in a game where our shape went into a back 4. So it should be a shape that is very dynamic. And that the Malians, whether all his days from Gambia, Mali, any all of those ones, no, he has constantly favored the 4 at the back, 4-2-3-1, typical African style, to make sure Sobenya results against him. Now, when we sort out the 3 at the back or 4 at the back, I say a dynamic shape now. Then it comes down to personnel. I think the goalkeeper the any problem. Jiku is back into the fray. Does he get a place in the team?
Sure.
Over started Jiku.
Oh, Jiku there is
automatic. Now,
you didn't be pen on.
You will 4 back, no 2 center backs in boy against Chad, no. We all general assertion. Oh, Kruma said, "Here, quite studio." I say, "Ejitu said they were good." Jerome, and then of course, Abante Feni Jonah Ajete. Me need any update on Jerome? If Ofrimono, Eprano, all of those things, whether automatic, he is back into the team. I've not got any.
By likely be of pay on Salisu.
Jerome any Salisu? No. Jiku any Salisu?
Yep.
Okay. So it means that
likely.
See, about 4 back there, Jiku ni Salisu. I didn't hear.
Sanam Huno.
I didn't know who be person.
No, me can't say Sanam me pe.
Okay.
Me person just say likely ebi ebe mu Salisu.
Okay.
Any Jiku.
Okay.
On the pitch.
Okay.
Ebi a auto reason there. I mean, me tie ebi I mean.
Yeah.
But Sanam me Huno.
Okay.
I'm thinking say ebi a likely. Say Salisu is there.
Yeah.
Now looking at the magnitude of the game, no.
Yeah.
Likely be Obobo, no.
Or about Salisu, right?
Yep.
So like I said, maybe 3 back that can become a 4 back, or 4 back that can become a 3 back.
Okay.
Me players are mefano. Say switch between those roles. Which, like I said, I feel like we lack certain level of leadership in game management in the second half or in Jamena. So I'm very excited to say Jiku are back in the team. I think that Ushe Obi to say Jerome Opoku, the last time he played at the LCB. And for Otuado to choose him ahead of Salisu, when Salisu was fit, I think that Jerome Opoku gets back into the team as an LCB game in the setup.
Okay.
Which I also think that if we will play a 3-back, he will go with Jonah Ajete as part of the back 3. Into left centre back, no be Abranti friend Jerome. Central centre back, no be Jiku. And then the right centre back becomes Jonah Ajete. Because Obiaba attests the fact that Jonah was brilliant on the day. Same for Jerome. And Jerome fits at left centre back. Jiku plays at CCB. And then you can get Abranti friend Jonah at RCB. Then it goes into my conversation of who becomes the 2 wing backs. At left wing back, we know the situation of Keon. So definitely, a Gideon Mensah automatic to play at left wing back. My character says, me too confident to caliber in Tariq Lamptey playing in African games. And then Otuado attested to that fact, say, physically and those things, no. And the height of Tariq Lamptey in the African game, it doesn't really favor him. And you know, especially in a game like this, I only want to start with Tariq. So the nonchalant player, Calibre Nchi, should come into the team as a right wing back.
Okay.
Not me, I'm expecting that today I will have Thomas Partey and Salis Abdul Samed sit in the middle of the park.
Okay.
1, because those are the main players that we have in the middle of the park. And then 2, also because we will need a penetrative passes of Thomas Partey. We were not very penetrative against Chad for. And to be able to be penetrative, we need passes. Who pass to break the line, and Thomas Partey is one of them. Get in the top 3, Rich. That is where the big question is. My catcher say, me 3 back where I say to me back 4. And you see, me have 1 midfielder, I no so I no winger. That is Abranti friend Mohamed Kudus.
Okay.
So I'm playing Mohamed Kudus as part of the top 3 because if I want us to change into a back 4, he can drop into the middle of the park into a 4-3-3. Then the rest of the 2 attackers, no, I'm looking at 1 Jerome, Jordan Ayew, and then the last one. That is where the question is. And I'll come to you. Semenyo any Inaki. Why are we picking for my last sport?
Me Antoine.
Who are my assistant coach? One ever.
Pajo me Antoine.
But in the end, me from my assistant coach.
And the team in Pajo.
Diema backs Maradona.
And then head coach team in Kakra.
So me team boss. Then the Inaki bets na bet.
I never Inaki na bet.
Yeah, the Antoine at all.
Yeah,
and I think that is good because Antoine makes now off the wing for us. Say Gideon Mensah equipped with Eric because he have one natural centre backs in Tino. We have players who can defend wide areas. Your wing backs need push here. A person the ability to overload the wide areas of the Malians and again a flexible tactical shape to go on and play against team at your friend in Mali. This is how I want to go into the game.
Okay. Because you're running to
Maria Anessa.
Okay.
Just my final 2 points about the 5 things I say. You know, my man first one about intensity. 2 about your structure on and off the ball, which is your starting line by Yaya Wahasi. Rich. My 3rd one, and he said, Adiabakwe Boye Pie or Mali. Abrani bomb in the game you're winning was that we were brilliant with your substitutions. So, in fact, in that game, substitutions necessary game. So, this is a game where Otuado has to be intentional and smart with the substitutions. Again, Mekane Saturday said, I didn't agree with how he managed the squad in the game again at N'Djamena at Chad. And now, only man 100%, but he sort of said, okay, he was a little bit restricted also in substitutions. It means that in this game, we have to use substitutions well. And Fritz, finally, I see how very complacency in the pressure. Say the about here, Bono. Tom McCann, Sembi, Yamana High, and here pressure side, you know. Now, if you're not control, not fancy the dating, they affected. No, we are professional, we can play the game, we are better than them. Okay. But in all of that, Senator Mekacho say, and yes, you're dying that. We can't also be complacent just because we are avoiding pressure. We need to be calmly confident. I say confident, but in all of that calmness, there should be some level of humility. And finally, Rich, you can capitalize on the home advantage. The fans will be there for us. There are times where Ghanaian fans will be a little bit worried. Rich, I think there's a game that we can win. The Black Stars, no, I don't know my group pension. It's in times where it's difficult for them that they get to deliver. And then as Ghanaian,
so pressure when so kakra bia me pe.
Me the pressure na me pe because when you say pressure na efa. Me sure say then you won't cry no. We'll do fine and we'll get a result. Which really me sure 30 seconds.
Okay.
Who say your coach na you do to Jan. I mean, your message go focus a fixed codes. We are sending the message if you as a fixed near the Michelle. At least I know Ayala doesn't do that, and I don't do that. You're near fixed codes be an acid bisa. Sure. And you purely it's not research.
My research.
Yeah, the amount. Michelle
purely research.
I will become research and you know it's none of us, Michelle.
All right, Kofi. Yeah, that's a Fifi Manfred and I'm Martin and Canada Bismarck. Also, been Payal and so Jabatono. Na edi game no come answer na me be lines na ma be share my dream. But before y'all be some crown no ken for say ba me cha enye ho adrum pa cha we be dru a ono my beboa we pa ya be dru no mum ye nsom ye na ye we no no ma beboa ya de bi ti say diabetes ubp or liver say cause to dey say problem bi aba ho a we no bi a beboa infections and how Samson do anyuma tikete so ana de champa cha kotodua tuni din ken for say ba me cha na enom na ebitimi aboa ye pa edro na yenti no ko Fredimens Colinac Giligo Pharmaceuticals ewo Santase bi o 0245 455 740 na eje edro no bi enom kama pa na ebeboa wo sanso edna ede asidani bi Emma Isaac Mining and Engineering Training School Obuasi Zongo behind Ed Hisense building no na etie for the attendance Isaac no e 3 months asu aye cho se de si etri air dam truck forklift excavator bulldozer and a roller opeso ram into mining na me pacho kusua ho ade ansana obenya company no mo aye ho adwuma nso no watimi enya bi me pacho from sisi e na agye form so no esanse se hostel no kra no se wo fra chichi na wo ba be sua bi a obenya ba bi de utu ato a me pacho e free se hostel facility no e free intibra na onso ebe sua bi 0539 732-766 na monomo eni enkomodi twato kra no aye umat perfume mosquito coil entuntum ha dwen pa no me pacho fa umat kuno a odem ho o dan tuntum na edu anwum ma ade awiase me ya pa so ono a wonka obeye wa sum dede sa oba for so choose abun se na no kra no ate wani so de san tuntum no fa umat perfume mosquito coil kokuno kuni free dem ho na onim de mani je won se smoke no efia no so engusie na kitikiti bi entu nya kata na eham so enti ma wo dem ho no enso eyetwam kama ebekum tuntum bia ma won so no malaria de one na aton kwanta apai 12 solid hours protection and a day amount from a umat perfume mosquito coil me pacha wo pe bia tu no akoton a Kumasi na wa depo no wo adum family plaza enkran monko ashoman techiman so no ye ho 0557 484 083 Bismarck owusu bempa ayala me pacha somai na onso fa ko na fe ye Ghana game na approach ni say yamo ni saying
luckily for us we have an indication how Ghana wants to play.
Probable lineup.
Yes, luckily for us.
Okay.
You were Akwenya to tell Omo Mutie and Omo Moshe how Ghana ever game way and we will use that knowledge and do the analysis with it. Now, me every intent. Look, Rich, and a game no. Here say what's a Ghana channel. Ya Canada. And Yaka based on the analysis of sa picture where Mamo share in Insha TV muhu your tactical board no so no. A picture of the way a Ghana group a woman no standards no ACTA. No crano ne say Rich. And under normal circumstances with 3 games to go, 3 games in the 2, I Ghana home, number coupe and away and away in Impono, I Central African Republic. Central African Republic are rich and rare. Comoros, Ecoshop 2 million. We should be able to qualify, especially here at the top. And here at the top, 3 games now can and Mali. Yeah, across Central African Republic. Me as I be Comoros Sofie. Rich. We shouldn't blow this chance. Under no circumstances, and I will see a blow such chance we never. We should win. We should at least qualify for the group. And 3 games now come. The Chimutaya, Rich, we must take advantage of 2 home games and 1 very winnable game against Central African Republic. I was saying to me before near to qualify. Say, baby, away. Rich, say you have no positive attitude towards the Blasters. No, man, say a positive attitude. No, I'm qualifying my year. Rich, we've really disappointed. See, Anthony, I'm quite anymore. Now, with that said, I think that we've given camp rules. And again, now, yeah, Bono, Elias and Timmy Mbobi, because we did 3 yellow cards. Ibrahim Sulemana, Rich, and Timmy Mbobi, because Okonya knee injury, no, or come back to Italy. Our question on where then Atakun, FIFA, and for the documentation in many, and also soon Timmy Mbobi. Into which these 3 players here are available somewhere in lineup now in the border. Now, quickly to the tactical board. And let me start from this picture, then I will come back. Rich, since Tom Savay by you know, 8 games for Mali. 8 games, you know, on consider 1 goal.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, do they Gambia national team?
Yes, that is how tight. The team since Obeso you made the 8 games on considering even 1 goal, and he has gone back to a typical 4-4-2. Say they are winning. This was on the lineup against Comoros, and it is expected say they are going to use the same lineup against Ghana. And see, you could see Diarra, Diakite, Fofana, Niakate, Dante, mo back 4 no. Then Uber Finfiwa, or both the end of Ali, and Koulibaly on the central midfield, and 2 wingers in Sangari, any Nena, or the new 2 Yekuano. On the first goal Momo against Comoros, ne wings, then any woman of Sangari, and Dombia. It's a typical 4-4-2 from Tima, your friend in Mali. Rich, this is how Mali will want to play as a typical 4-4-2. And to say, omo 2 wingers, 4 midfielders, no, 2 central midfielders, and omo 2 wingers with 2 attackers in Sangari and in Dombia. And to say, and a team, your friend Mali boy 4-4-2. Now, Rich, we are fortunate to get the probable 11 of the Black Stars. And at this point, I will share your screen this one. Probably you will see it. Say, and a probable 11 at here. And Rich, say, changes you, I will tell you where the changes will come. But trust in Shase, we are telling you what is going to happen in Enyumre. Rich, this is your probable 11. Goalkeeper Benjamin Asari. And Maminka a 3-4-2. So we have 3 back. That is the decision. Per the tactical reviews, video analysis, Blasters na your company, and then you have 3-4-3, 3 back system. And the goalkeeper Benjamin Asari, back 3 Rich. Outside every other Blasters there was one decision the technical team are still not taking, and you do a mechanical.
Okay.
With the 3 back, no, on the right, Jonas Ajete. In the middle, Alexander Jiku, who is coming to anchor the back 3, no, and the defensive network, no. Which on the left-hand side, a decision must be taken between Jerome Opoku and Sariki Abantia, your friend Salisu. Look, Salisu, you started French League, on Bobby. What's the bench? It will go on make the squad. Into why rusty kakra. Why rusty kakra? Jerome was good against Star. But on your injury, Salisu by. Whether he has shaken it off and ready to play, he is likely say or no, and a coach is no Edelman in the north. And Benjamin Asari impose, Jonas Ajete on the right, Jiku in the middle, Jerome Opoku on the left. The Rich and Finfi Your right wing back, Mr. Jaisiri and Kasarin, and put Ariano on the screen. We are talking about it. The right wing back, you know, Amantia for the Calibri and Chi. Rich, the guy is a midfielder. But you have born so many times at right back from the Unity Cup, you know,
Okay.
And then you continue to play as your right wing back. In a position, Rich, Sankia, what right back in the air? Then Tariq would have played. Because Tariq is very, very good. But Rich, this is what competition gives you. Say play a bit back. Now on the ground, say Ubetimi and Jinedi. And he is very, very good both defensively and offensively. And physically too, he is there. And you know somebody for Rich, they are very, very physical guys. And to Calibri on the right, then Gideon Mensah on your left wing back. Yen Finfino Rich. Yen Ibrahim Suleiman. Now yen Elisha Owusu. We are only left with who partners Thomas Partey, and that is why I brought in this picture. Rich, Abia, Sankeba, and Yedin, and Yen Takuma Partey, and one number 8. Abia Kazibo is in the right shape to do that job today. But Omeka team no one chair. That is Otono's biggest problem. Say, Sanka Eba and Yedini see on your humanity, he will do the job. But how familiar and with the team?
And also legit.
Yes, on building telepathy, the communication, any other. It's actually I know about being slow. 1 year, I just want to be bold. But actually, and no man kitchen, you know. Salis has been a long-term campaigner for the Blasters. The things that look, in the absence of Elisha, in the absence of Suleimana, Salis and Partey have played together for a very, very long time. Our Blasters, you know. And you want Rich, we go in for Salis. And Abantia, your friend Thomas Partey, who is now fit 100% to play for your Blasters, you know. Rich. We are playing on the right, Mo Kudus. On the left, Abantia friend Antoine Semenyo. Then your striker and your captain Jordan Ayew as your striker. So with that knowledge, Rich, you put it on the tactical board. That is what you get. A 3-4-3. Let's say, I want to bring in, you know, very, very well. Okay, good. So, which in a 3-4-3, that is what we are going to get. Our team. And Benjamin Asare, a chilo of Jonas Adete, Jiku, then Jerome Opoku. Your 2 wing backs, you know, on the right, Caleb Urenchi, on the left, Gideon Mensah. In the middle, Thomas Partey and Salis. Then Elimo Hotre of Kudus on the right, Semenyo on the left. Then Abanti and friend Jordan Ayew leading our attack. Rich, the first advantage at 3 back in the mind and say Mali able to top there. We will always have 2 men to do the man marking and one person to be free. And you 2 topper, I was a high again. They be on your 2 defenders. They can do the man marking on the players. Then one at a touch or Ameapa. And any problem Number 2, Rich, in their 4-4-2, they rely largely on Omo wingers. In Nenemo, and see our wing backs without the ball, they have their responsibility cut out. Say Emma Omo right and left wingers, and pushy and ball Emma ye cross and I say Omo Jubo Emma inside. It's your 2 wing backs. And you would do better say again now. They must put blocks on Tim and friend Mali wingers, Rich, let me show you the picture again. Namin Busau. Koulibaly, any DN has been a campaigner on the African soil. No about Ali Okoye, then he has come back to El Ali. Any Koulibaly. Sango Foyeni. As against Salis and Thomas Partey in this central midfield, battle now you can reach. They shouldn't beat us. No. They shouldn't beat us. No. So a baby idea. I was saying this year almost. A back boot for boot. I was saying this year almost. A back technique on the ball. I was saying this year almost. Now Rich again. Me, you know. In the event, say, yeah, narration and variation within the football match. What we do sometimes, and so again, say outnumber Mali for and they say we have the luxury to push Jonah Ajete to the right back, push Jiku here, Jerome here, Gideon Mensah left back to deal with ne winger. Then bring in Caleb Reichi, I didn't say Yenchi, I Mayfield to come and add to silence any Thomas party in these zones. Until you three midfielders and change into a 4-back in transitions. Say the we can outnumber Mali when we want to play very, very well. Then bring in Kudusmo, any Antoine Semenyo, any Abanti F. Jordan. Look, for a team to play 8 games and their coach on consider the rich, it means that they are also very, very tough. And your players must be very, very clinical. Rich, form now, Kudus. Any Antoine Semenyo Diaba this international break, no. Which they can't go back without giving us a goal.
Okay.
They just can't do that.
Even so.
Now, this is my prediction.
Okay.
It's a year. And your prophecy, and your prediction. But oh Shabona, you will remember me. And the Ghana man of the match will be your goalkeeper Benjamin Asari.
Because Bob Ebebanoso.
Boy, Rich, we will win 1-0.
Okay.
Yes, that's a game now. We will control. We will control game the power and we will score.
Okay.
See, we are Rich. Pressure on the Blasters and a test of your resolute and your defense into one way on. Oh dear, Ochina Fatula, he will tell us, say, oh, you're poor bono. Not Ghana winning 1-0. But Uncle say, Oman Shabwa F and a 2 panic a win. But Rich, for the team and the technical team, you are ambassador about flamboyant football. You are say you are coming to take the 3 maximum points in the whole game in him, and that is what the team has planned to do. And to Rich, a panic, narrow, 1-0 difference win for the Blasters. And who costed you, who TV here, Rich, to watch nice football from the Blasters. For the majority of the game, Rich, you're able to buka, you're able to defend with our lives to make sure that we never game women. Blasters and the Benya not yet me Eddie Abefi. So Rich, that is my analysis and my prediction for the game. All the best to the Blasters, especially goalkeeper Benjamin Asai, because I think that today will be very, very crucial. And then the football game will Rich, his stakes will go up.
Alaska Star Enterprise Brana Virginia Mako says you them office war is over in share from your studio. I have a papa. Be an out them up so design homa hoyefe no be ewura ho a also abo brand patch Alaska Star Enterprise. Makatro demu niema de edisi office there. In na no call on sabiti akabi from blanketing, wallpaper, co panel, bed silent, bed sheet. Them bebre ewura okra hundu abeto. The quality is so of bono. So bia betum enti kokuma se adum I am Mrs. Anoche plugs animal sabiti akan enkran mon ko tiptoe lane our circle 0256 330075 nana p phones and accessories bra better quality original phones Samsung Nokia Samsung Techno nom open kwere am tablet o medi sua de ani na na yakofo original ones no na ade abasi say onim say yede Cinex products nso aba so Cinex TV refrigerator AC Samsung on a washing machine dina at a flexible payment so yede be man na onso no tutu na kakaka umpewe na apedien o ye company na person todo do adema workers and nso be no betena se na eno ahyehyɛ say to ade me nto ade no eno so gusu a ekoso ye che ne ma bebre including esikaboten cash coupon 5,000 Ghana cedis me pacho Kumasi adum your opposite asida house or cousin media adum obi ba Jacob building Samson and Nana Kwesi Ajima building our PZ also no your mpacho friend was 0533093422 na mo eni eye enkomo makato se dra obia etobie eye 3p garlic mixture so ebi dro kan 100% garlic extract ya the garlic no na aye natural plant juice full of vitamins and minerals indina kama pa ewom awo aya 3p garlic mixture numbi na ebetimi aboa ya le ebeti se stroke na account di bi ato asthma ojonso a oteyawo o ye kese opese so etia me pato 3p na me kamfo edi amawo okodan heba pidank ho ona na drone bi ewo ho 0248928824 na onso wajo de kama pa na bibia no aye kama edi ama me bia lines no mumra na mo so ma chama dwen 3220 83581 83582 83583 mumra na mo so mo chama dwen hello aso dai
champion man Richardo
DL
with our celebre
patromitio
me da celebre brapani na ene de ministry ho na so no onye se de kasa ne sibitie na utimi se bibia ya mono yes kasa ni muda enya dem getwa Radisha says internet TV na beka ho.
Pasha enche ko.
Ni si ale ye tenya ni yeso.
Ai.
Maza mo bodu. Na mi sira ajuma empanifu a omode no mapaxi egu akwa mo jama Nhyira FM 104.5. That's Nhyira dey me dinka ka say BBC what and na ke dis what channel just mai. Yes. Oh so no bala ka sera wa police station na tuwa wuti to amena mi and that's I explain it mission 6. You see I qualify for that na meboa. Oh, maybe you are saying you free man.
Ghana bobo system na dia some na yi.
Me say me no ka say me you free. Now I say no you no free.
No, say Ghana bobo system.
Na yeah, I said ya na sibia bre futia na pa mi tie na say the nya bro conference bi ya na nya be o say mali nya tibia mo ko boko mo so ama o nya tibia mo ko ba cha na mo nya tibia se be ya che na ko mathematics. Show the Atiano.
Baba, me movies. Hello.
I don't see and come up here. What?
Amos.
That's 5 for the airport of Papa, Madam Papa, and so and some papa, I'm so hot to more for the canapa. But Papa, let's set the master professional at and talk to company for. Question to Tunia, my coach. You bet someone to Tunia, so by your Timono, a bit general, and that's a mission of Mestre. And net yes, no more bedroom, and yes, almost said, Papa, I'm saying, can a coincidence attack and make young catching and yes, I said, move over to night, and no more, I yes, almost a young come on.
That's it, that's it. Young fan is called hello.
Richardo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what?
I'm Yadum.
I've been free of work. I'm pretty time with him and then Ghana berry no. I have a break.
Okay. You don't want to say. Your van is called hello.
Champion Richardo.
Donkor.
Richardo me monitor YouTube. Hey, how is it? Donkor we do be na. Richardo me Ghana. Richardo, me boy me just me hu na di no. Me papa Ghana. Ya pomo dia Richardo ya na bra ya better 1-0 fe. Ana mi hunu.
So 1-0.
Ya mo bra ya better 1-0.
Mate.
Donkor makraw.
Mate. Ati from Pamcho, mama ntwa no kitu e bi mra. Why? Me ba sisi ya na mayi na so na me mfa emfa ento so ye ba sisi ya nchekra.
Bema wo dwonso ni mu pai ebikam eyawo eni moja edi akira ana wo tempampan de wo dwonso na chi ensansa.
Oh nyame adom ye ho ye pa ye ho ye. I hope say all travel from Kumasi to Accra and so no. Let me be a come up.
Yeah, na be very fine. But unse me pa ko muntu no. Yo ba no kan won sem na da de no. Ana makwe ba na dom. You do aso dey.
Yes, I say from the mood they won't cry. O geji mood na won't cry na. Saying a man for FA game no komodi o game no to say ticket ne tono ne honsem ni na no. Tramfoni ni chena afi yemfa nko park ni so.
All right, so we told you, Nama think for a lot of food now for that, and Cobra and Crapopudi Mantemo, and that in the Bitema, a better a man on not the also so actually I have fine. Now, I thought I was kind of him and Crown Musea. Richard Muduno, a charge it's answer one thing about the Ghanaians and say, I don't know, Black Stars, or more book draw, or a show ma. Now, far, no break at about to say, permanent there. No be at the Jim said, maybe as also a bit to me, I come to Mudu there. Over Primoaka, and that's my answer, but the money actually, I was studying one. I meant to a balloon play after Timota, Bonimba. I remember Remo at Timota, other Primo Santa is now, and Utu Mudu, and Libya, and so I come up, Richard.
Mesamo, I shall form motion live at YouTube in Shark TV, and then Mamuti live on radio. Who bet me about YouTube? Now, I'll be Fatilon come on here in a video live. Yeah, they are told in Shark TV, our YouTube, who bet me about. Now also about the Shibi Sia, the Ecoso, our air and kind. Now, Tilo, so then now all car ticket to one semi. Ye report to be at the a free ayanka. Nipadudona air complaining about ticket and the pricing. Almost say, almost so ticket Nibia. It looks like I said, Omunyabi. Baby, I've been able to a black market to buy an Onabi at the 200 cities and 300 cities crown at the after. Send a Niameko about the ticket, no.
You said the one thing about the ticket is that, said the work now, and okay, on the Ghana Bobo, and after a big idea or a ma, they want to be any kind of ticket, no. Now I'm to be over the prices together. I take home. The pin or a cat pocket, no, and of course, the movie there will be crap tickets, no, last price and 30 cities, no. Now all total 50 cities, that's what the 20 cities and account. No, I never couldn't say, this is the only say, maybe say any 2 tickets, no. And maybe a summer man, a bit me, I quite can. No, if I don't know every money to them, or independent score on my home. And I take it to know their tono. I want the old one to one of our price no accurate. I want the new black market, the price again town. No more price now. And I have to independent girl.
Okay, Samet was here. Mamma from Panic, take Nebi and I into tune.
I'm not young policy, take it to the war around.
Okay, so far, all your rounds and a hen owns or Muton take Nibi.
So now we can which is to go also and I say and that will be the no independent square no I say and very I also do
best stadium
I don't say the own mama if I don't know when you chima omode ono
I say yanko game na nkasa so anwumre 7 p.m. Minim say no na akodru ntwan o di nkomo ni bia tie de ekọ with the news in the kakra was what pick it from ground so no ya mrante no ahoboane te saying yes ya fa game no ujire say Ghana for ya da ya na bibia ededa na kwama nwumre from nkoma awodidi from ground so no Ghana betu ashamali
so do we be mo aka so se dem anu say na wonu wodi nkomo omo amokoro mu tene ni bi eni mu na the judge na kwam obi are ready baby also the team I find players no omo dey charge for I can say the last game ya me charge boy no and am for my in terms of obi are serious say game wey dey omo go all out and no kwa bi kan na ama Ghana for omo wan kan no no omo nyina same atoja the baby also the team akoye we monitor players any move no e omo say ye no no e big game ye pa dey ne mo monitor move ni players ni move ni bia the best man say, make us able to because first and every year.
Okay, and you there now.
I would have done a father on that.
Okay,
was say no. Me monitor supporters and I put 2 after 8 a.m. Mama for 2 take it to me area. Obiada on that because support no now players no any no number 12 na. The other way come pa.
Na ukwa wani atwa Malifo no so.
Malifo no dey supporters no many men say the moto.
Me come team no cry. The playing body no aye.
Oh, that be about 2 minutes there. Many
Say Saturday 20th of September. Saturday we be now watching. Nti the bonus experience na ya kan wasama ka na rich. Saturday we are be ni na watch pepe and a bumper stores e de ye ko ebono. Na ye ko bono no medical academy say ye ko a ye ko Bhutan Caves and Mountains ye ko Fiema Monkey Sanctuary ye ko Kintampo Waterfalls honum. Na ye ko no obi o ha on floor canopy da on nanti canopy so da yanko nanti o canopy so ubenya picnic vibes yebema o kodu kakra na de ama monkeys no yebeko cave hikes any normal saade yakwa nyina no only 500 Ghana cedis 500 Ghana cedis 500 Ghana cedis na utia no ubenya air conditioned bus in and out ubenya aduane adi ubenya entry fees ya ebechia yebeye games yebeye bass party ye wia na aside photographers e di wachi ni ama free photo shooter ebema memory of Saturday we be na otwe ye bro experience na ye kon umpe we na opedie ba ade enti join the bumper stores eni ye nyina na meme de be na otwe ye ntimi enko ye be fia anopa 5 a.m. ye two from Ecocent Road Aida Kumasi Ben Victory Baptist Church na wo Odotobri Rural Bank Tech Junction branch na echipe enyumre ben 9 de ni asaba bedu ofra kacho mo se obese on sports team no na ekọ obese o tena sports team ni ba asenim first numbers mi no ID this way 0531 090068 0531 090068 and I say 0261 671686 0261 671686 na yene bumper toss and cognac a very very fantastic bono experience Saturday we be and now watching rich.
Okay. I tell for young yana young cofa dum kase no emfa mamo but before no ma menye birthday kakra bi na fe young cofa dum kase na nsana ye ba ya obra to anjumadi no ato so e de amamu meko Adum TV on 1 o'clock. Oh, okay. I want to be the launching of the studio, no? Okay. I think, for the attendance, Nyame Aduma, I said the program manager, I will say, 1 o'clock, I will say, launching, no? Na the new studio, no? It may be no kama pa, and tea, a bear no bra. Him have been one team, no, and I think Penifua to answer, and from that, ye be no kama pa. But birthday me ko US Hartford na ma wishe Sunny TY Larry happy belated birthday. In fact this weekend na yeminia birthday Sunny you be a you show on friend ya grokra o US there and so anytime bia Sunny emfa e show no emfa eni agronti Sunny TY Larry our Hartford our years of Connecticut baby obi no happy belated birthday to you bro. Yami show pa na onya wo kese de don bibia nyankopon emfa ennom Sunny happy birthday to you. Second one no miankasa minia Dr. Paul Apia Mensa ene dog and so a birthday dog baby obia no happy birthday to you. Yami show pa onko so anyu mfradum nkwadumu na awodam nhyira nyankopon emfa bi emfa enmo Dr. Paul Mensa nyamisha pa etefo edimasi anti yakofa dum kase no na ye ba ya 1 o'clock sharp na the launching of the studio no e de ahihye so ohima benewa ene obra team no ni mpanifo do ba betra se na afia ya official launch no kama na afia studio no officially bia no na TV amosi amrani se de nyame adom wi abe kama enso etimi edi amamti akramu nyina ekofa adom kase no enso etimi edi amamo